class. The goal for you tonight is you be able to find the surface area of triangular prisms. Alright, so you already found the surface area of rectangular prisms. Now we just need to find the surface area of triangular prisms. Alright, so a triangular prism is a 3D object with two parallel bases, alright, that are congruent triangles. Alright, so I want you to write this down, put a star next to it. Alright, triangles. The name of a prism is defined by the shape of its base. Alright, the name of a prism is defined by the shape of its base. So, since this prism right here has triangles as bases, alright, and they're congruent, that's considered a triangular prism. The lateral faces, alright, lateral from side to side, if I turn this over, right, to go from one base to the next, we have to go from side to side if this was lying this way, alright? And those faces are parallelograms. Usually just, oh, you know what, I need to erase that, not triangles, rectangles. Parallelograms, usually rectangles. Alright, see this? We got two triangles for the bases and then nothing but rectangles for the other sides, the lateral faces. Alright, so get this down, but time to move on to the next slide. Alright, now I know this looks crazy. Alright, but do your best to draw it, alright, and label it the way I labeled it. Alright, so I've got a triangular prism. Alright, now let's say this is the top, this is the left side, that's the right side, but there is a rectangle back there that we can't see. See how we've got this side right here, this edge? This is going to go straight down, but it's in the back so we can't see it. Alright, that's the back. And then the bottom is right here, but we can't see the bottom. Alright, so the bottom is right under there. This side, this edge, is 8 centimeters long. This edge, this side, is 10 centimeters tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units. But we're using centimeters, so 10 centimeters. This side is 6 centimeters, and this side is 5 centimeters. Alright. Now, to find the surface area of a triangular prism, you just need to find the area of every single side, every single face. Well, in a triangular prism, you've got your bases, two triangles, that's two sides, two faces, and then you got 1, 2, and a third face on the back, so that's 5 total. So, to find the area of the top, that's a triangle. Alright, this right here is a triangle. We need to figure out what its base is and what its height is, because we need to find its area, right? So we need to use the formula 1/2 times base times height. Well, again, class, if you rotated this prism downward, right, so that this triangle was just facing you, alright, it would end up, we would put it on this side for its bottom. This would be its base, and it would be sticking straight up this way. Alright, which means that the base would be this edge, which is 5 centimeters, and the height would be whatever this edge is, 6 centimeters. So, the base is 5, the height is 6. Now the bottom is also a triangle, and guess what? It's going to be exactly the same size and same shape as this base, right? Congruent triangles. Now, that's a base of 5 and the height is 6 again. The left side, I'm going to say this is the left side just because we're looking at it, alright, from this direction, and this is the left. Well, the left side, that's just a rectangle. To find its area, we just have to do length times width. Well, we've got a length of 10 centimeters and a width of 5 centimeters. So, length is 10, width is 5. The right side, again, look, that's another rectangle. Alright, if you were holding this 3D object, it would be a rectangle. I know right now it looks like a parallelogram, but that's just because we're looking at it from an angle. If we were looking at this face straight on, it would be a perfect rectangle. Alright, and it's got a length of 10 and a width of 6. So, length is 10 centimeters, width is 6. And then the back, that rectangle that we can't see in the back, well, one side, the width is 8, and the length is 10. It's that rectangle right back here. 8 by 10. Length is 10, width is 8. So, to find the area of our top face, 1/2 times base times height, which is 1/2 times 5 times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 1/2 times 30, or 1/2 of 30, is 15. 15 square centimeters, that's it. The bottom is exactly the same. 15 square centimeters. Alright, now I know with rectangular prisms class, the opposite sides, alright, we're always equal in area. So just put a star next to this and write this down. In a triangular prism, alright, in a triangular prism, only, well, usually, the only two faces that are the same area are the bases. Alright, in a triangular prism, usually the two bases are the only two faces that are the same area. Alright? Usually, not always. Okay? If this was an equilateral triangle, all these rectangles, they would be exactly the same. Alright? But in this case, they're all different. It's not always the case, but usually it is. Alright, the left side's a rectangle. Length, width. Areas, length times width. 10 times 5, 50 square centimeters. The right side, 10 by 6. 10 times 6 is 60. And the back, which we can't see, is 10 by 8. 10 times 8 is 80. Alright, so here are the areas of every single face. To find the surface area, we have to add them all up. 15, 15, 50, 60, and 80. SA class surface area. When we add those up, we get 220 square centimeters. Alright, that's it. That's all you've got to do to solve for the surface area of that 3D object, that triangular prism. Alright? Next. Okay. If I want you to solve for the surface area of this triangular prism, this is what we're going to do. Now we've got this triangular prism. Alright, two triangles that are exactly the same size and shape, they're congruent, and we've got parallelograms that are connecting them. Alright? Rectangles. Well, see this dashed line, class? That's the edge on our prism that we don't see. That's why it's dashed. Alright? It's behind all these faces. We can't really see them, but it's still there. Alright, so this right here, up and down, that's 4 inches. The bottom of this is 6. This length right here is 6 inches. And this right here, this edge, is 7 inches long. Well, I'm going to call this the front, this the back. I'm going to call, well, this the top, this the bottom. And then this, I'm going to call this the right side. Alright, so the front, well, it's a triangle. I have to do 1/2 times base times height to find its area. So I'm going to do 1/2 times, the base is 6, the height is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Times 1/2 is 12 square inches. This triangle is exactly the same size and shape, so you know what? It's going to have the exact same area. 12 square inches. Alright, the top. Look, class, the top, this rectangle right here, is 6 inches by 7 inches. So I have to do length times width to find its area. 7 times 6, 42. Alright, the right we're calling this rectangle the right side, the right face. Well, this side is 4, and then this side right here, those are all the same as this, 6 inches. So I have to do 4 times 6, or 6 times 4, and get 24. And then the bottom is, well, this bottom rectangle, right, this is 6 by 6. The length is 6, the width is 6. So I have to do 6 times 6, and I get 36 square inches. Now to find the surface area, I just have to add up all the areas of each face. 12, 12, 42, 24, and 36. When I add all of those up, I get 126 square inches. Alright, and that's it. Now, last slide, you're going to give this one a shot. Alright, you're going to solve for the surface area of that triangular prism. Okay, now, this looks like a piece of cake lying on its side. These dashed lines, those are the edges you can't see that are behind the prism. Alright, we just can't see them, but they're still there. This green dashed line, that's the height of that triangle, 4 yards. Okay, here's the base, 10 yards. This side is 5 yards long. This side is 5 yards long, and this side right here is 8 yards long. I want you to find the area of the front and the back, front and back, the right rectangle, the left rectangle, and that bottom rectangle. Then when you find out all the areas, add them all up to get your answer. So give this one a shot, pause the video, see what you can get. Alright, so let's see the front. This is the front, right? Well, it's a triangle. So we have to use our formula to find the area of a triangle. 1/2 times base times height. Well, the base is 10, the height is 4. So I'm going to do 1/2 times the base times the height. Well, class, 10 times 4 is 40, and half of 40, or half times 40, is 20. And since we're dealing with yards, it's going to be 20 yards squared. Alright, the back, well, guess what, class? The back, that triangle, is exactly the same as that triangle. So I have to just do the exact same thing. 1/2 times 10 times 4 and I get the exact same thing. Alright, the right side, alright, area. This is a rectangle. I've got 5 and 8. So length is 5, width is 8. I just got to multiply them to find the area. So I've got 5 times 8. That's going to be 40. 40 yards squared. The left side, alright, this rectangle right here. Well, this length right here, that's 5, right? These are all 5, and this is 5. So this rectangle on back is 5 by 5. Length is 5, width is 5. So I just have to multiply them together. 5 times 5 is 25 yards squared. And then the bottom, well, the bottom is the same thing, it's just a rectangle. And it's this rectangle right here. It's 10 by 5. So I'm going to say its length is 5, its width is 10. Alright, length is 5, width is 10. Multiply those out. I get 50 square yards. I've just solved for that triangular prism. And if these are all accurate, and if that's really a piece of cake, that thing is enormous. Alright, now, to find the surface area, we just have to add up all the areas. So, I'm going to add up 20, 20, 40, 25, and 50. So I've got 20 plus 20 plus 40 plus 25 plus 50. When I add all those up, I'm going to get 155. yards squared. And that's it. That's all you had to do to find the surface area of that triangular prism. Alright, so make sure you're taking good notes. Alright, we're going to get into this more in class. And hope you're all having a good night. I'll see you soon.